Where is God in suffering? This question didn't show up once. It stayed with me for a while. This is one entry from a stretch of my journals where everything felt exposed. My journal from October 20th. When suffering showed up, it hasn't shown up as a thought experiment or a theological problem. It's shown up as loss, as ache, as something that stays with me long after everyone else has moved on. When Marianne died, my world cracked open. Not the kind of break that heals cleanly, the kind you learn how to live around. What surprised me most was what didn't happen. I wasn't angry at God. I didn't feel betrayed. I didn't feel like something had been taken from me unfairly. What I felt was grief, deep, relentless grief, and loneliness, a quiet, constant loneliness that followed me everywhere. There was a thought that kept coming back to me. This is the cost of love. There were also moments I wondered that God felt distant, but more often, I wondered if this was just what life is sometimes. Painful, unfair. There was beauty still there, and it hurt that both could exist. I didn't feel like God caused it, and I didn't feel like He abandoned me in it either. He just didn't explain it, and that was hard. Earlier in my life, suffering felt different. Back then, pain came tangled with shame. If I felt alone, I assumed it was my fault. I wasn't faithful enough. I wasn't obedient enough. I wasn't doing the right things. Pain felt like proof that something was wrong with me, or wrong between me and God. That way of thinking made suffering heavier, lonelier. Suffering didn't just hurt, it pointed a finger right at me. But grief after Marianne didn't feel like punishment. It felt like love with nowhere to go. And somehow, in that space, God felt closer than He ever had when I was trying to earn Him. I didn't feel fixed. I didn't feel rushed toward healing. I didn't feel rescued. I felt stayed with. Nothing announced itself as God, but He was there, in the people who stayed, in the moments of peace that didn't ease the pain, and the strange ability to keep breathing even when my heart still hurt. Over time, I began to sense that God wasn't standing outside my suffering, waiting me to figure it out. He was already inside it. Even now, suffering hasn't disappeared. A longing for connection, the places where love didn't land the way I'd hoped, the grief that still surfaces when I least expect it. Sometimes I don't know what to do with it. Sometimes I wish God would just do something. But I no longer read suffering as separation. I don't think pain means I'm distant from God. I don't think unanswered questions mean He's absent. I don't think despair means I've failed. If anything, suffering has slowly taught me this. God doesn't meet me after the pain is resolved. He meets me while I'm still carrying it. And that's the most honest answer I have right now. These are my journals. Learning how to love freely, letting faith soften me, trusting I'm not alone.